Welcome everyone, I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Langrisser Mobile. Alright, new month, new banner. The exclusive, I think, is for Apotheosis, so I don't care. And I don't really know what inscriptions or talents have been added, but from what I could tell, it's not any of the characters I'm currently using. So, let's dive into the summons. Alright, so I got the... Let's see, we got the Sorceress and the Beast of the Portal, which has Ymir and Celica. Both are pretty ridiculous in PvP. So, let's dive right in. We're going to need both characters because Ymir is needed for Celica's bonds. Alright, here we go. Right off the bat, huh? I don't think I have any pity. I definitely don't now. And that is not who we will need. I don't even remember his name. I'm just going to write down that guy in my notes. We were definitely due for an off banner, so we'll just have to accept that. Alright. Tyrantal. Alright, well. Off banner done. Let's go. So I'll talk about Ymir because he's pretty straightforward. He's completely immune to debuffs. Like, apparently just completely immune. And every time he gets hit by a debuff, he gets stacks that eventually make him ridiculous. Once he's at full stacks, if he's in the danger zone, he gets an act again. He has the ability to inflict a shit ton of debuffs all at once with his attack and negate self-resing. So a lot of the videos I saw of him would just kind of run up, hit the tank twice, and be good to go. Alright, I believe that was 40 summons. And he has a lot of just innate self-healing. He's just kind of ridiculous. He's the new tank buster, essentially. Alright, Celica. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing her name. Apocalypse Sorceress, the last of the rosiest lineage, an alchemist who guards the borderlands. So we got her at least. We do need Ymir though, for her bonds. Yeah, Celica is pretty much another top tier healer. She has the ability to actually change her skills in the middle of battle. It's a little randomized, but you get multiple choices. But the other thing she does is she can do cooldown reduction. She can double cast healing, casting it on a target and then I believe on herself. And then she has the ability to give somebody a self-res. Just gives them a self-res. And she can do it as many times as she wants, as long as it's not on cooldown. So from the videos I saw of Chinese matches, this helped out a lot against certain characters. Because she can just, you know, put it on someone, put it on key units and be good to go. It essentially counters Andriel. Because Andriel, of course, can generally bypass guard. I mean, but it could also be helpful against various assassins as well. But for Andriel, one thing to note about him is he can guard bypass, but only with his, I think it's only with his 3C, or one of his particular attacks, but he can't do it with all of his attacks. So even if he gets an act again from not being able to kill because of the self-res, it's not enough. Hello, Ymir. Okay. Lost Gatekeeper, a stalwart defender who wields chaotic power with the will of glory. Alright, so at this point, we have both the characters. And now we're just going to try to get some additional copies. I don't need particularly a lot of copies, but I would like some. We do have the Crystals to spare. The next banner is both female characters, so we got that to look forward to. I think we're at 50, I kind of lost count. No luck. So at this point it's just punishing my greed, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to be doing Apex. There's a good chance I'm not going to be playing an Apex match this weekend because I'll be out of town. And I generally don't like doing Apex matches on my phone. So I'll have a little bit of time to kind of accumulate shards for Celica, but not a lot. I think we're at pity now. And we got a Ymir. Alright, let's keep it going. So just getting the characters, we had a very good rate for the most part. The off banner was a bit rough, and we just got another off banner, Pat Seer. Alright, well, our off banner rate is terrible. We're at about 40% right now, instead of the usual 20. Another Ymir. Alright, let's go one more. See if we can get anything besides Ymir. But yeah, it looks like these summons are unfortunately a wash. I mean, at least it didn't. I mean, Patsir only took 20, and Ymir, this recent Ymir only took 30. So at least have that going for us. So the rate's okay, but unfortunately, our luck on getting additional Celicas has not been great. It's not the end of the world. She is a healer, so it is what it is. But I had the crystals to spare, so why not? Now that you may. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and start. We're stopping. Alright, let me BRB and I'll get Celica up to speed. And we're back. Alright, so Celica, or Celica, how you should pronounce it. Oh, cool, you can actually bring this. That's actually kind of handy. Now you don't have to scroll through everything. That's kind of nice. Alright, cool. Alchemical Legacy. Intelligence increased by 10%. After using a key heal or assist skill, its cooldown is reduced by 1 extra turn. After taking action, can choose to replace the skill used this turn with one of 2 random skills. So any 1 or 2 cost skill can be replaced. So any of these. And there's like a large pool of options from healing support to offensive. So yeah, she's got quite the variety. She is part of Legion of Glory, Princess Alliance, and Euless Legends. You have 2 options for her classes. She can either go Mage or Holy. Mage, I think, overall has better stats, but Holy, of course, has a little bit better utility, because then you can use the Holy Soldiers to ensure that you don't get hit by Twilight Star. Also, Holy will work well with Lightbringer, so you can actually get some buffs. Alright. Besides that, let's see, those are taken care of. Awakening's good. Alright, for the equipment, I'm going Full Moon with Night Bloom, Ritual of Confusion, Tenuous Headdress, and Swordsmith Metal. So I'm immune to silence, immune to fixed damage. Oh yeah, speaking of troops, so troop options, she does have access to both Forest Priest and Shrine Maidens. You do have also Sorceresses if you do want to go like the more offensive routes. There's also Crystal Warlock to help with reflecting damage and some stuff like that. Alright, so all that's taken care of. Let's go ahead and do some awakenings. In the name of Rosius, the Seeker's Eternal Path, I stand firm with no regrets. No regrets. Alright, let's switch our soldiers to sorceresses for now. Oh yeah, I should have switched spells. Oh well. Well, normal attack's still good enough. Alright, thankfully the AI is not smart enough to actually use Elisa's abilities. So yeah, you get. I did a 2 cost skill, and it can be replaced with Alchemical Legacy, which essentially is literally just what's that spell called? I can't remember the name of that spell. The one that gives you immunity to everything. That spell, and then this one is essentially equivalent of. Is that the single target version? Yeah, so this is essentially a single target version of Rosenseal's Crystal Healing, but minus the stacking, but it does do the passive healing along with it. Actually, no, sorry, this is the AoE version. Okay, I just misread it. Ow. Okay, thankfully it didn't murder me. And we're good to go. Quick and easy. It's a little unfortunate that we couldn't get any extra stars in Celica, but it's not the end of the world. She's mostly for support anyway, so it's not absolutely necessary. But the extra stats is welcomed. Anyway, final awakening. Equivalent exchange, the law of creation, the glow that chases away the dark, forever illuminating the future. Defeat all enemies. Got it. Alright. So this time around, let's go ahead and swap out these for Shrine Maidens. And I'm actually kind of okay with what we have, so we will... Let's see what they have. Dark Hole. You got your... Oh wow, it actually, so now when I expand this, it actually shows everything, including the talent. Okay. That's weird. I'm assuming you have, yeah, alright. Okay, I think we can make this work. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't even go over our unique skills. I apologize. So here's the ones we currently have. We have Equivalent Exchange, which is 1 cost. Range 3 block, heals for 5 times int. and then reduces the longest cooldown to 0, and then this skill's cooldown becomes how much it reduced it by. So that's why it has a dash for this cooldown, because it's variable. This thing is insane because it's literally cooldown reduction, and it allows you to do things like back-to-back dark holes and all sorts of other nastiness. And then over here we got Armor Affinity, 2 cost skill, and grants it's 3 range with 2 cooldown. Grants the target 3 stacks of Armor Affinity, increases the chance of triggering equipment resonance effects by 15%. And so essentially what this will do is it will pretty much guarantee you get clock procs, I believe. It's very, very annoying. When a buff is dispelled from the unit, the Armor Affinity will be prioritized for removal, stacks up to 5 times. So for now, we're just going to throw this on you. And with that, I now have access to Attack Blessing and Recuperate. We'll take Attack Blessing. But yeah, if we go there, now you can see that her skill's been replaced. Alright, all good on that front. So unfortunately that portal's actually giving buffs. Okay, she just swapped in Miracle. Alright. This is the AoE skill? It is. Alright. Well, what I can do here is do 1000 Host to deal with you. And then I get an extra action thanks to that. Alright. Okay, you're dealt with. So I can swap the skill again, I'm not going to bother. So yeah, you can just choose to keep that skill, so it's just on 1 cooldown right now. Oh wow, you took that like a champ. But I'm fine, I got Shrine Maiden, so I'm good on that front. Alright. Okay. How much I can do here? Okay, debuffed. Just gonna use this on myself. Alright, and that's it. And Concoction of Creation. Alright. I don't think there's any other unique skills. Yeah, I showed those off in combat. Alright. So we'll go ahead and replace this with this. Concoction of Creation. Passive. After using an assist or heal skill, recast the same skill on an allied unit with mana essence applied by the caster. When the caster has mana essence, Unit range increases by 2, and damage increases by 30%. As an active skill, you apply mana essence to a single target after battle and cover HP equal to 2.5 times int, and then the duration of buffs granted by the caster is extended by 1. Upon taking fatal damage, the unit will not die, but instead recovers 20% of max HP. Mana essence is removed, and the cooldown of the caster's concoction of creation increases by 1. After use, can act again. The mana essence effect is unique, ignores immunity, and cannot be dispelled. Using this skill does not trigger talent replacement effects. Yeah, that's mainly because there's no 3-cost skills to replace them with. In any case, so yeah, this is her. It does everything. It gives you self-resing to other targets. If you apply it to herself, it can make her more offensive, where she gets more damage and more range. And yeah, and then with the passive effect, she can essentially buff multiple targets with things like that attack blessing we picked up. Or more importantly, it lets her essentially stack a bunch of AoEs. For example, you can just stack a bunch of mass heals, one on the target she's targeting, and then one on the person that has the blessing. So she's just ridiculously insane for healing and all that good stuff. She is literally the next tier of OP healer. So, with that in mind, what are we going to do with the Apex box then? This one's pretty easy to solve. We're going to go ahead and get rid of Langrisser. She has been very useful, and being able to switch to offense in a pinch to do debuffs is always useful. But at this point... Oh, right, I need to... Hero sync, please. Thank you. Alright, so now we have Celica. She is Princess faction, so we do have a faction buff for her, and she is Holy, so Lightbringer can work as well. But more importantly, she is a incredibly flexible caster that can do cooldown reduction. I can also, and if we happen to get lucky and get attack blessing, we can throw that onto Sylvaria for some nice, fun sniping games. But the future is going to be pretty crazy. The next banner is going to have a crazy AoE character, and of course we got Ymir to deal with now. Also, we got to deal with Celica in the opposing boxes as well. Her giving out self-reses is going to make things a lot more difficult for Sylvaria. So I'm going to have to kind of figure out what I'm going to do with that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I am The Depressed Dior. This was Langrisser Mobile, and I'll see you guys next time.